All right, it's Friday. Time to play Wheel of Accountability. Corruption going on at Travis County Sheriff's Office, my former agency, sadly. There 25 years. Got terminated over trauma-related injury. And everyone on this wheel needs to be held accountable. Let's see who we get this week. Our first person. Oh, Donald Craig Smith. In fact, that's him right there. Captain Steroid is his alias, or his nickname. There's the Sheriff Sally Hernandez, who appointed him as her captain, knowing what I'm about to tell you. Not only should this man not be an administrator at any police agency or any company, he should not be a police officer. This man should be in prison. And when I get through telling you all this stuff, it's going to blow your mind, and everything, to the best of my knowledge, is absolutely true. Let's start with the biggie. He used steroids for at least an 8-year period. Not just used, he distributed. There was a little incident at the Mexican border. DEA was investigating it. Dude's got 9 lives. He ended up getting like 45 days off. He recommends my termination for very minor things. Definitely in comparison, and just stuff you can't make up. So there's steroids, 7-8 year period. He admitted to it, so that's not in question. He was arrested in Port Aransas for indecent exposure, for engaging in sexual acts on the beach. It was complaints. He was handcuffed. He was put in the back of a patrol car. He knows the police chief down there, and he ended up getting that swept under the carpet too. Several months before being promoted to captain by then Greg Hamilton, who appointed him originally as sheriff, and then Sally Hernandez reappointed him as her captain for law enforcement. He was found to have a duffel bag full of sex toys, a felony amount of sex toys, in his county marked patrol vehicle. This is stuff you can't make up. He recommended my termination 2 times. One was for a discipline thing, and one was about not having family medical leave, just other stuff. Don't want to judge anybody, especially tattoos. I don't have any tattoos, but I don't have any problem with anyone that does. But he has insane tattooed across his stomach. Insane. The irony of me being considered insane by the sheriff's office based on a manufactured doctor's report that they hand selected the doctor, as seen in the previous smoking gun video. He used to be in our narcotics unit, and he would make a habit of stealing something from every search warrant he did. If he did a search warrant on a suspected drug house, he would take something. Drug paraphernalia, some kind of figurine or something, and he kept these in his office on a shelf in his work office. Much like what a serial killer does, they take a trophy, if you will, from each of their victims. How is this allowed? You're probably wondering. Possibly because of the fact he was engaged in a sexual relationship with his supervisor. Now, his supervisor was not involved in any of my dealings, so I'm going to leave him out of this. That's, his business, another story. So I'll stay away from that, but that could possibly be why this was allowed. He didn't just steal things from people, from suspects. He bragged about it. He showcased them in his office, and it was permitted. What else? Perjury. Perjury is a big one. In my hearing, for my termination hearing at civil service, which is, you're under oath, it is an official court proceeding, he testified that, based on another previous internal affairs, my demotion, when I went back to patrol, I had asked for reintegration training. He testified that he ordered the sergeant lieutenant to make sure that I had at least several days of reintegration training, and that he would be surprised if I didn't receive that training. Well, in the memo, my demotion memo, he clearly states, in addition, you had a couple hours with an FTO. So he knows that it wasn't several days, and if you meet this guy, he's just the nicest guy you never want to meet. He'll, or talk to. He's real, just kind of gentle, but he'll turn around and stab you in the back in a heartbeat. Do not trust this this man. If you're an administrator of the sheriff's office, don't trust him. If you're a deputy sergeant, do not trust him. If you're Sheriff Sally Hernandez, do not trust him. I'm not sure what else he has to do for you to not trust him, but apparently, you know, when he got appointed as captain under Sheriff Sally Hernandez, he was almost running things. He was calling all the shots. And the sheriff's office is in a sad state of affairs right now. Not only did a very good captain that Sheriff Sally Hernandez did appoint, a former lieutenant, retire within a year of becoming captain, someone that she brought over who, by all accounts, was a good leader. I've met him several times. This man has a servant's heart, and he was a good friend of hers. He's now leaving because I can only imagine why. Because his integrity, his ethics, his servant's heart don't meet what's going on at the sheriff's office right now, and it is a very, very sad state of affairs. So, as this goes, I'll be taking people's names off of here, but I will not take Captain Steroid's name off of here because there's too much to be held accountable for. So we've got more. Here's some pictures. That is him on his steroid days right there. So yeah, that's him right there. All jacked up on steroids. Very nice. This is on the day where it was announced that Sergeant Hutchinson had committed suicide. I can only imagine he knew he was going to this press conference. He's the last one there. There's Bully Pool. That's Captain Frank Lofton, who I have other issues with, but not related to this incident. Craig's the last one there, and he just kind of I saw the video, and he just works his way in there behind Sheriff Hamilton. I'm kind of imagining it so that he could be on camera because he's incredibly narcissistic. But anyway, he woke up that morning knowing he's going to a press conference to announce that what was originally thought a homicide was a suicide of a very respected sergeant. This is what he decides to wear. He's dressed up like a freaking clown, wearing a pink tie and green, and you know, he's very fashionable. I'll give him that. In fact, he has silicone wedding rings, and he wears different color wedding rings based on the color of his socks. That's you know, okay. So that's it. That's our first week of Wheel of Accountability. We'll get to it. I say Friday. I don't know. Maybe every Friday. Maybe every couple weeks. Maybe every couple days. I don't know. Just whenever I get around to it. But Wheel of Accountability, episode 1 is in the books. Thanks for watching. Time to be held accountable, Travis County.